This is One on One. We are honored to welcome Thumbelina Newsome, CEO of a great organization called Joy Cometh In The Morning. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Steve.
Born and raised where?
In Newark.
Where? Okay,
at
now
Beth Israel Hospital.
From the
here.
Beth?
That's right.
That's so interesting.
Yes, yes.
I was born and raised in the other part of the city.
Where?
In the North Ward.
Oh, okay.
Claramoss was my
Claramoss,
place.
okay.
Yeah. So let me try this on you. People say, oh, Joy Cometh In The Morning. That's an interesting name. Who are they and what do they do? I know that you are an adult daycare center or a day center.
Social adult daycare center.
Yeah, break that down. What does it mean?
Yeah, well, actually,
Typical day. Go ahead.
my mother was the owner of it for 9 years. We've been in business for 9 years. 3 years ago, I bought it from her. I left my corporate job because I knew that that was a diamond in the rough, and where I was working wasn't enough. I needed to fulfill God's purpose for me.
Hold on, take a step back.
Yeah.
You were making good money in pharma.
Yeah.
You had a good corporate job.
Money means nothing. Absolutely nothing. When you know that there's something deeper for you to do. You know that there's something inside of you that you have to give to the world.
How'd you know?
I just felt it. I knew it. I can't even tell you because it came like this. I would do it for no money. Easy.
But your mom was doing it, right?
Yep.
Were you around it?
All my life, she's always been in that industry for like 30, 40 years. So she's been around for a long time. And, you know, it's an honor because I get to take this legacy and run with it and make her proud. And not only that, give back to my ancestors, the seniors. Yeah.
Why don't you do this for folks? Because they hear a social adult day center. Yeah. Break it down. People come in. Who are the people? First of all, who are the people?
So we cater to senior citizens, people. We solve the problem of a common problem of senior depression. Seniors are so depressed. They sit at home, their spouses die, their children die. They have nothing, they have no one. We go get them. We have transportation. We pick them up, take them to and from the center. We feed them. We provide a day of activities for them. Sometimes we go out and we do things, but we give them the social life that they need. We give them activities for the brain. We give them activities to develop their motor skills and stuff that are weakened over time. So
what about the social piece? Because so many seniors are isolated without social piece.
Many. So what we do is we get a chance to sit around. We get to go out into the community. We go back to other small businesses and restaurants where we give back to the small community, to the small businesses. We give back to them by saying, hey, we're going out to lunch today. Let's go. Where are we going? And they start looking for small businesses that we could give back to. As far as restaurants, like Vonda's Kitchen, you know,
Great
we give
place.
back. Awesome, phenomenal.
Great.
So,
by the way, if you're in around Newark, check it out.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? I often disclose different relationships that we have, but this is a relationship I want to disclose. My son, Stephen, who teaches right now at St. Benedict's Prep, a very important school in this city, teaching young people, disproportionately minority students who come from some challenging situations.
Absolutely.
I don't even know how he met you.
Through a community service project. He was doing a community service project, and he called, and I said, why don't you come by and see who we are? And this is our 3rd year that we've been doing this. So their boys come over for a month. They do not report to school. They report to us, and we become their classroom. And it's therapeutic for these young boys because their grandparents are young. They don't get to see seniors and developmentally disabled. They don't know how Alzheimer's and dementia works. So they get to see it, and I get to teach them public speaking. I get to teach them the business part of it. Let them see some bills, some receipts, you know. So
these 15, 16-year-olds.
It doesn't matter. They need to know. And they come out crying, these boys, saying, I didn't know singers were this cool. And I'm like, of course, of course. So they get to sit amongst wisdom every single day for a month.
You know, what's interesting is our friend Barry Carter, who is a terrific journalist over at The Ledger and NJ.com.
Great guy.
He did a feature about you and your work, and it also got our interest as well.
Yeah.
How important is it for you and your organization to get, because you don't seek attention, you don't want attention, but it's important, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so important because these seniors are dying. This is the latter part of their lives. They have nothing. They've given to this community. This community is built on their backs. They're the ones who bought homes, and they paid taxes here and helped build schools, and they voted. They're the people who built this community, and they are the forgotten population. And
forgotten.
Forgotten.
People often see older people, particularly those who are struggling
Right.
with some cognitive issues, other issues, and they just look away.
Yeah.
You never could.
No, I can't.
Listen, we're not here to proselytize, if you will, but For those who just look away because it's uncomfortable, you say?
Yeah, it's disturbing to me because they're human beings, number one. And I feel like God holds us accountable for that. We're held accountable for, that's our brother, our sister, our mother, our fathers. You wouldn't be who you are without the ancestor. We are who we are because of them. And they become my babies. I love what I do. I get to bring joy, not only to the world, but to people who were forgotten. And it costs me nothing.
Well, you know, it's interesting you talk about cost. You also have to raise money. You have to stay in business.
Yeah.
And so as a student of leadership, I want to ask you something. Given your life in corporate America and the pharmaceutical world and the work you do now leading this nonprofit, taking over after your mom, what is the most significant lesson you learned about leadership?
Oh, my God. The greatest lesson I learned is that my employees are my greatest asset. Because God gives me the vision, I give it to them, and they execute it. Without them, I could not do what I do. I couldn't do it by myself. It takes a team. So my employees are my greatest asset, and that's the greatest lesson that I've learned.
Let me flip it on you.
Yeah.
There has to be times, there must be times, well, with all your faith and all your commitment and passion, but there must be times where you say, really?
Yeah, in the beginning, I wanted to quit. I said, God, you didn't call me for this. No way. No way. The money was hard. I had just lost my husband. My husband passed away of cancer. And he had died the next year after I took over. And I was devastated. I have 3 children. I was devastated. But I knew the call that was on my life was stronger than death. It was stronger than anything that I could even think of. So I had to do the work. I wasn't called here for just to be here on earth to do nothing. I was called here to do the work. And that's what I'm doing.
And so, as we're running out of time, I want to ask you something. So fear. I mean, some of us who run not-for-profits, we're afraid of, hey, can we bring in enough money? We're afraid of, you know, can we survive?
Yeah.
You're not afraid.
No, I have no fear.
Is that really, again, people say, hey, you're on public television, why are we talking about religion? It's not talking about religion, but we are talking about the place for religion in your life. Is that the core for you, your faith?
It is. That's all I have. I become
no, hold on. You got skills and tools.
I get it. But I have God first. Without him, I'm nothing. I have nothing. I'm nothing. And there's a blessedness to possessing nothing. And there's a blessedness because you don't want to do anything. There's a blessedness to possessing nothing. There's nothing that I want more than to serve and to please God. And that's it. So I don't look for the money. I don't need it means nothing. It's meaningless. You can't take it with you when you go.
What have you taught your kids in all this?
The same thing, and they've watched this. My test, watching my husband pass away, was a test for all of us. And for them to see me still serve, because that's the key, serving. They learn. They've learned the lesson. It's not about you. It's not about us. It's about him.
Is it scary sometimes? I know we're running out of time. Is it scary sometimes when you see so many people as polarized as we are as a nation and not thinking about, quote, anyone else, but, hey, listen, my taxes are, as long as my taxes are good, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's scary to me. It does. It does, because I know they haven't grasped the concept of serving and what you're really here for. That their minds and lenses are clouded with everything else around them.
You know something? You had the nerve to say to me before we started this segment, what'd you say?
I was nervous.
You nervous now?
No.
You know why?
Why?
Because you helped a lot of people and you focused all your energy on that. I'm not going to turn this into a public speaking seminar, but that's what I learned a long time ago. As long as you're focused on helping others, you're going to be all right.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
This is One-on-One, and these are the kind of great people we have here. Be right back.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, the Russell Berry Foundation, the Northward Center, New Jersey Resources, the law firm of Gibbons, P.C., MD Advantage Insurance Company of New Jersey, Community Food Bank of New Jersey, and by ADP. Promotional support provided by NJ.com and by Tap Into TV. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.